Atomic Habit. Atomic Habit by James Clear. Summary from Merchant of Knowledge Africa. Written and read by Chimezio Demina. Published in 2018 with 296 pages. If you are looking for how to get your life on track, then Atomic Habit offers an easy framework for improving your life every day. James Clear, one of the world's leading expert on habit formation, reviews strategies to help you form good habits and break the bad ones. This book contains practical steps that shows you how small, incremental, everyday routine compounds into massive, positive change over time. In one of the author's favorite quotes, he states, "Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement." Unquote. Seth Godin, during his keynote speech for his book Linchpin, showed a baseball bat flying into the stands, with people dogging away and raising their arms in terror. When Seth uses the picture to show a point about our irrational fears, in some rare cases, those fears came through. James Clear was one of those cases. When he was in high school, he lost bath smashed right into his face. Broken nose, dangerous brain swellings, dislocated eyes, fractures. His recovery took months. To get his own baseball career back on track, he had no choice but to rely on the power of small gains. In college, he slowly accumulated good habits and eventually managed to become one of the 33 players for All-American academic team. Today, he is one of the most popular habit researchers, reaching millions through his blog at jamesclear.com. His Facebook, Atomic Habit, has become a definitive guide on the topic and is quickly becoming a New York Times bestseller. Here are the basic facts to help you use everything he has learned to break bad habits and form good ones. It is important to form new habits by learning from a true habit master. Number 1 point. All habits are based on a 4-step pattern which consists of cue, craving, response, and reward. In 1776, Adam Smith laid the foundation for modern economics in his magnum opus, The Wealth of Nations. One of his famous observations is that in a free market system, all workers naturally maximize their own best interest. He says, I quote, "He is in this as in many other cases laid by an invisible hand to promote an end which was no part of his intention." When it comes to habit, James suggests that environment is the invisible hand that shapes human behavior. That is why a prompt is always the first step in performing any habit. It may not always be external, but most of the time, it will be. The 4-step patterns in details are as follows. Number 1. Cue. A piece of information that suggests there is a reward to be found, like the smell of a cookie or a dark room waiting to light up. Number 2. Craving. The motivation to change something to get reward, like tasting the delicious cookie or being able to see. Number 3. Response. Whatever thought or action you need to take to get the reward. Finally, number 4. Reward. The satisfying feeling you get from change, along with the lesson whether to do it again or not. There are several popular methodologies that try to predict how and why we do what we do, such as Charles Duhigg's habit loop, Christian Robbins' 4 tendencies, James offers a more refined version of what Dawkins described in The Power of Habit and why all these approaches are different. None of them are naturally exclusive. Number 2 point. To form habits, you must make them obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. From the 4 steps pattern he suggests, James then derives 4 laws of behavior change, which correspond to the one part of the loop each. Here are they, along with some ideas for how you can use them to facilitate good behavior and make bad ones harder. Number 1. Make it obvious. Don't hide your fruits in your fridge. Put them on a display front and center. Number 2. Make it attractive. Start with the fruit you like the most, so you will actually want to eat one when you see it. Number 3. Make it easy. Don't create needless frictions by focusing on fruits that are hard to peel. Bananas and apples are super easy to eat, for example. Number 4. Make it satisfying. If you like the fruit you picked, you will love eating it and feel healthier as a result. You can apply this to all kinds of habits like running, working on a side project, spending more time with family, and so on. Conversely, do the opposite for bad habits. Make them invisible, unattractive, difficult, and unsatisfying. For example, you could hide your cigarettes, add financial penalties, get rid of all lighters, and only allow yourself to smoke outside in the cold. Number 3 point. A habit tracker is a fun and easy way to ensure you stick to your new behaviors. With a framework like this, making and breaking habit becomes fun. You will likely want to tackle multiple things sooner than later. But it is important to not take on too much at once. An easy way to keep yourself accountable without becoming overwhelmed is to track your habit tracker. The idea is simple. You keep a record of all your behavior you want to establish or abandon, and at the end of each day, you mark which one you succeeded with. The record can be a single piece of paper, a journal, a calendar, or a digital tool like an app. This strategy is based on what's sometimes called the Sinfield productive hack. Comedian Jerry Sinfield apparently marked his calendar with a big X every day he comes up with a joke. Soon his goal was not to break the chain. It is simple but effective strategy to help build good habits. Since habits are the compound interest of our self-improvement, there is a process we should all start today. Atomic Habit is a complete, thin, engaging, and simple to understand compendium of strategies scientifically proven to work for you. Merchant of Knowledge Africa. Make sure you are reading.